During this tutorial, I'm going to be reviewing the hand positions needed for throwing a cylinder on the potter's wheel. Before beginning step 1, make sure you have your clay wedged and the necessary tools: a bucket of water, a sponge, a needle tool, a trimming tool, and a rubber rib. Hold the clay with both hands about 6 inches above the middle of the wheel head. Slam it down. Then with dry hands, with the wheel head moving slowly, pat it into a cone. Get yourself into a position with your elbows braced to your thighs and your nose over the center of the wheel head. The most important step to throwing a cylinder on the potter's wheel is making sure that your clay is centered. You will get your hands wet, surround the clay with your thumbs on top and the wheel head rotating. Increase the speed as you begin to apply force down and forward. Do not move on to the next step until your clay is centered. Step number 3, you are going to begin to open the clay. You will have your hands surrounding the clay. Your knuckles of the thumbs will be bent. Reduce the speed of the wheel head and then begin to apply pressure with your thumbs, opening the clay. Continue with this downward force of your thumbs until you've hit about 3/8 of an inch from the bottom. The next step, step number 4, you want to flatten the bottom. So with your left hand, you are going to create the 3V with your middle finger and your ring finger together. These two will be able to apply much more force. Your right hand is going to be hugging the outside. With your ring finger and thumb, have that next to your right hand so that you've got more control. Start in the center with your ring finger and your middle finger and pull towards 6 o'clock. For the next step, you are going to use both hands. Your left hand will go back into the 3V position, and with your right hand, you want to take your index finger and wrap your thumb around it so you get that nice squishy knuckle. This is going to go on the outside of the clay. Make sure that your stool is up close to the potter's wheel, your elbows are braced to your thighs, and your nose is over the center. Place your middle finger and ring finger at the base and your squishy knuckle on the outside at the foot. The position that you'll want to be in is at 4 o'clock. Imagine the wheel head as the clock, and you are at the outside and the inside at 4 o'clock. The first thing that you'll want to do is take your right hand and apply a little pressure inward. Then you're going to get an indent. It is seriously going to take like 5 seconds to do that. By doing that, by pushing forward into the wheel head, it's going to raise automatically about a 1/2 inch. Then you'll grab that thickness and begin to pull it up towards your nose. You'll want to consistently making pulls until you've reached your desired thickness and desired height. Between each of the pulls, more than likely, your clay is getting stressed and stretched out. What you'll want to do is compress the lip. With your left index and thumb, hold the lip. With your right index, apply slight pressure downward. With a rubber rib, hold it with the flat side against the surface. Using a piece of wet paper towel, surround the lip and smooth that out. So that you're able to reduce the thickness at the bottom and improve the looks of the cylinder, you'll want to use your trimming tool. Use both hands and you're focusing on the area that is attached to the wheel head. Lastly, you'll want to remove your cylinder from the wheel head. You'll want to wrap up the wire tool up with your fingers and then hold it down tightly with your thumbs. You'll take that wire tool starting at 12 o'clock and pull it towards you at 6. The next step is physically lifting it off. Make sure that your hands are dry.